Can someone really predict the future? So the future, as we all know, is very simple to explain. It is the events in our lives that have not yet happened, but will happen as time goes on. But can we go deeper than that? When someone claims they can predict the future, it really does not make sense. Seeing how people usually go to these predictors out of desperation and being scared, the predictor is going to tell them what is going to happen or what they want to hear. They're going to give you bad news with some bad news built in. When they do that, the reaction is to freak out and try to change the course of your life so whatever they said was going to happen doesn't happen. But it's not as simple as that. If you really think about it, when someone tells the future, they're saying what is going to happen. Simple, right? Not really. No matter what you do, that event in the future is going to happen. It is set in stone and nothing is going to change that. Here's a good example. So you are told by a predictor that you are going to die at the age of 32 years old. And let's say you're 16 years old at the time. That gives you 16 years to live. You start to panic and do whatever you can to change that. You might move far away, dedicate your life somewhere safe like a monastery. But since it's the future, it can't be changed. It's impossible to change it. You might move somewhere far away and think you're safe, but then your 32nd birthday comes around and an earthquake hits, or someone poisons your cake and you die. You might have thought you changed the future, but you simply just set it up. During the 14th or the 15th century, people believed in an elect of God. These special people had predestined salvation, meaning that they would go to heaven automatically after they died. These elect could do nothing to change their predestined salvation. They could kill people, burn down buildings, be thieves, but nothing is going to change their predestined salvation because they were the elect of God. Most of the elect lived nice lives with fancy things, and fancy places to go, and all that fun stuff. They would be able to do whatever they wanted to do, and that was that. Being the elect was a very special thing because you could basically do anything you want and know that you weren't going to be sent to hell. Here's a pretty good story. A young boy at the age of 8 went to his local Main Street gathering. It was in the medieval era. While at this gathering, he walked around and bought items and food and clothes and weapons and just stuff like that. Then all of a sudden he was standing in front of this tent. No one was around. He went into the tent and looked around. He saw a table, a candle, and chairs. That was it. He didn't see anyone. But then all of a sudden, someone put their hand on his shoulder. When he turned around, there was an older woman. She told the boy to sit. He sat, and felt very strange. Like he knew what he was going to be told by this older woman was going to hurt him. The woman claimed she could predict the future, and the boy said, "Prove it." The old woman smiled at him, grabbed him by the hands, looked deep into his eyes. She closed her eyes and told him that one day he was going to be the king of a great land. But someone was going to get in the way. Someone close. Maybe a brother? The boy was very close to his younger brother. The woman said it wouldn't be until he was of the age to be by himself, so he took that into thought. As the years kept going by, his brother was acting normal. Then came the day in which he turned 18. He had gotten a letter from far, far away that said he was going to be the king of England. His mother handed him a box right after he had read that, but he didn't care. He was so happy he threw the box on the ground and left, without even saying goodbye. Before he left, he made sure that his brother was thrown in prison for life, so that he knew nothing would ever get in his way. After that, he left. When he got to England, he was greeted with great fortune and a huge palace to live in. 10 years later, he had received a letter from his mother. That said, he had a second brother that he never knew about, and she was going to tell him the day of his 18th birthday. This brother was on his way to England, and that same day, he was dethroned by that very brother. If you couldn't tell, that was made up. But it got the point across of what I was trying to say. You can't change the future. Nothing you can do can ever change the course of your future. Nothing you can ever say will change it. No matter what you do, your future is unchangeable within being told that and if you believe it. The future can't be changed, but then again, it also can't be helped.